This is intense, so we'll take a couple minutes and go over this. If you have poor relationships across the board, or you just have a few relationships, that means that you're not trusting people, which means you're not really trusting God. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have an inner circle of friends and an outer circle of friends and, worldly friends. And that's not what it means. It's just, are you building relationships across the board? They keep talking about all these conversations we need to have with people. Well, if you're not willing to trust people, are you going to be able to have those conversations in a sincere manner? You're not going to be able to. Making decisions with minimal advice. You can go through this list, wrestle with it. You can't say I trust God and not be willing to trust people. It's one of the hardest things for people to get their minds around. Okay, we have past injuries. We've been hurt. Sometimes we've been hurt multiple times in the same way. We've hurt others. We're like, man, I know I hurt people that way. So we get these sensitive spots. You ever had like a sore on your arm and somebody keeps bumping it? Or on your foot or your leg or something? The worst ones are when you have like a shoulder sore or like an injured shoulder. Everybody's like, hey bro, what's up? Hey sis. You're like, oh, I wanted to tell you that hurt. We get sensitive spots with our trust muscle. Because I'll trust, but this area is sensitive. And we all have them. We have sensitive spots. It happens. Whether you realize it or not, you do, and you kind of overreact. Or you're not willing to go there because you don't want to, you got to protect that. It's our human nature to protect ourselves when we're hurt. If I stub my toe, I'm going to watch how I'm walking so I don't stub my toe again, right? But when we overreact, it messes us up, and we start to assume that we're always in hostile waters. We start to assume that we're always in danger of being hurt. And it's coming from our trust muscle and really not wrestling and getting to a point where we trust God. So this is huge. One of the other things is building your trust muscle. It's a muscle. You have to practice trust. You have to decide to trust. And you build the muscle just like you would any other muscle. There's distorted thinking. I cannot be a trustworthy person. Maybe to others, people have to earn my trust. That's American culture, isn't it? I'm not going to trust you to earn my trust. Now, if you're doing a business transaction, obviously there needs to be a little more control on your side because you're doing business. But as you get to know them and you get to say, hey, they stick to their word, now they've got a little bit more trust. That's normal. But does people have to earn my trust? Why? Why aren't you giving your trust freely? Unless you know they're going to hurt. Unless you know specifically that they do bad things. Now we wrestle with this. Got to watch that thinking. There's a lot of worldly thinking in our lives. There's a lot of skills we can do, but just pick 2 or 3. This isn't any different from the other lessons, is it? Pick 2 or 3 skills like, maybe I need to pursue an iron sharpening iron relationship because this person's not just going to roll over and let me bully them. I have to pick strong relationships for those close relationships. Because if I don't, I'm going to walk circles around them. Just because I can be manipulative and I like my sin or whatever, I can be very prideful. And if I don't have somebody who said, bro, I don't like the way you talk to your wife. And I'm like, whoa, I'm feeling like I'm getting slapped. But I need that because if I don't have that, guess what? My wife's not strong enough to do that for me. God uses brothers. He's not going to come out of the sky and say, bro, he uses brothers to do that. He uses sisters that are sharing with sisters, and I happen to hear, I'm like, wow, oh man, that's convicting. But he does it in a way I can handle it, because I trust him. I need that. We got to pursue that stuff. Fair enough? So, in your teams today, it's the last day we're going to meet in teams. We're not going to do that next week. Take some time. Maybe go over